saving the day. And for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry, with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Add saving to your list of New Year's resolutions with Sparkle, Angel Soft, and Dollar General. Spend less on your everyday messes with Sparkle paper towels. And say hello to softness and strength with Angel Soft toilet paper. Get them at your local DG.
Hey everyone, welcome to my Plus Size Grandma Reality Show podcast. I'm Coco Bowden. Y'all, I am up this time of night, yes. And it was on my mind because I said something today when I was teaching Kiva, advocating for mental health. I said a lot in that broadcast. And I just wanted to clear up some things because I think sometimes when people see people talking about mental health, they think everybody is a licensed counselor or provider. And I want to clear up some things that maybe I haven't made myself clear on before. But I am not a mental health licensed provider or clinical advisor, none of that. I am just passionate about mental health. And I care about people. I care about myself. And it's just out of love that I actually come through and I advocate on behalf of people who just don't know what they're going through sometimes and who don't understand certain things in mental health. And to be honest with you, I don't understand everything in mental health. I'm learning too. So as I'm on here advocating for others, I'm learning too. My thing is to show people, don't believe the myths. Don't get caught up in what society's expectation of a well-minded person is, because a lot of times those people that are telling you that they are well, they ain't well. They ain't well themselves if they're putting others down. If you're putting people down and you're trying to play psychological games with them, you're not well. Someone who does that has a problem themselves. It's just different from the mental issues that you have. And that's my goal, is just to spread this awareness as much as I can. I've been doing this, y'all, for about 20-some years. To be real about it, I've been doing it about 20-some years. And to give you a little background on my mental health, and the first thing I want y'all to realize is that when you see mental health counselors out here, don't think for 1 minute that they have some type of immune to having mental illnesses themselves, because they don't. They have anxiety and depression too, just like you and me may go through if we go through a crisis or some type of situation that may be a downer for us. So don't think because your psychiatrist is teaching you that they're not going through too, because a lot of times the people that have these degrees have been through something that has triggered them and pushed them in that direction. Because everybody can't do mental health. People can fake it. They can fake like they can do it, but not everybody can handle the load that comes with advocating or counseling somebody in mental health. I look at mental health therapists sometimes, and I actually can tell when they're burnt out. I can tell when something maybe I said during our consultation or during my visit really hit them just as hard as it did me. And then I have to kind of scale back. Because if I don't scale back sometimes on the stuff I be talking about, the things I talk about sometimes are so deep that these counselors, they can't handle it. And they'll tell me, hey, that's something that I'm not skilled at. And I appreciate them telling me the truth when they say, hey, I'm not skilled in that area of mental health counseling. That's a little too, deep for me. I don't know nothing about that area. And instead, they'll send me to a different provider, in which I be thankful when that happens, because just imagine sitting there pouring out your heart and the person on the other side has no idea what you're talking about, or doesn't even have a little bit of a clue how to answer you back. So that's why I advocate for mental health, because it's so many people out here that have stories that are like mine, and they don't have nobody on the other end that is skilled to sit there and take what you are telling them. And that's where you see people like me, mental health advocates, coming in, stepping in to help, educate and to bring light to some of the things like that we have went through or that we're going through, so that these mental health professionals can actually get in there and help and have some type of understanding as to what type of treatment would be best for that patient. Now, why I got into advocacy is because I had a lot of people in my family that were alcoholics, drug addicts, chain smokers, came up in abusive backgrounds, eating disorders, a lot of molestations and rapes occurred, and it was a lot of things, and not some narcissistic behaviors. It was just things that were going on that I was always curious about as a child since I was 7 years old. So see, I was just born gifted in this area. Nobody gave it to me. The things I went through shaped how I look at mental health. But I was born with the gift to just be able to listen to people and have some solution that would give them peace of mind, or, at least put them in the right direction to go where they could get that peace of mind. And that's how I started posturing myself as a mental health advocate. I advocate for thousands. A lot of people I did not even know. I didn't even know some of these people I was helping. And I don't know if it was thousands. It might have been hundreds on hundreds on hundreds. It was a lot of people, y'all. Because I'm talking about over the course of... When I actually look back over it now, I was advocating for people when I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. And I look back over, I would say 1,000 people at least. I would say that, because since a child, I was helping elderly with their mindset. I was helping, school friends. The school friends knew that, hey, if we had a problem, we go to Jamie. Jamie gonna come up with a solution. And that's how it was. I was helping family. Anybody that needed help in the community and they knew about me and they came to me, they would get that help, because that's what I was known for before I even knew the terminology of what mental health rights and advocates were. I was already doing that part. I just didn't know it. But then when I came in 2012 and I started the BBS Diva social group, and this is how all of this, Kiva, my radio station, all of this is how we all tie in together. It's because Kiva started as a way to help the women with their mental health that needed help with just knowing how to communicate with one another back and forth. That's how Kiva started. Kiva started because I noticed one thing: women couldn't get along. And I was like, why is, you jealous of this one? I mean, it would be so bad. Women would be so jealous of one another that if one woman started one project or suggested a project to do, the other woman would get mad about it, and then nothing would get done. So I noticed we had behavior issues. That's what it all came down to, behavior issues. And so I was like, you know what? Let's learn this stuff together. Let's learn together. I'm not all that myself. I don't know it all myself. And we need to know more so that we can be more efficient and effective in the community. And that we can help these kids out here that are depending on us to come through for them. And we can help, the seniors that's out here depending on us come through for them. What about these people in the nursing homes, in the streets? Somebody who ain't got nobody that they can talk to or relate to. They're depending on people like me to come along and have something useful for their life. And that's how Kiva got started. So in Kiva, I prayed and prayed on that thing. And what I realized is that I had to study. Because, see, I knew some stuff in mental health, but I didn't know those terms like I was saying. And I didn't have clear definitions. I could just tell you bits and of things that were going on and how to handle that situation. But to break it down clear, where they could get some type of help that maybe Medicaid or Medicare would pay for, or their insurance, Blue Shield, Blue Cross, what's going on with my speech? Blue Cross would pay for. I had to put it in terms that were understandable, which meant I had to learn about the DSM-5 book, and from there it went. It went from there. I started studying, and I spent the last 13 I've been studying now. It's not 13, y'all. It's actually the last, is it 13? Kiva's been going for 10 years. So I would say I spent the last 13 years studying the DSM-5 book and learning all of these terms about mental health and just, trying to help others, just trying to help others live a productive life. Because I want a productive life myself. I mean, that's why I say, when you see us out here advocating, it's because we know what it feels like to be down for so long. And that's why my Kiva, my BBS Diva mission statement is, when you've been down for so long, the only way to go is up. And that choice is yours. And I want to make sure that anybody that came in contact with me and heard me speak, that it was gonna move them forward in life. It was gonna help them to soar in life and not bring them down because of a condition that they have that may not have even been their fault. You know, we can't help what happens to us when we're children. We can't fight back like we want to. We can't help when things happen that are out of our control. And so we shouldn't have to suffer for it, though, the rest of our life. And that's why I came out with Kiva. And when God placed Kiva in my heart, we've been going 10 years strong. And I've been advocating every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it not only helps them, but it helps me too. And women have been helped with this podcast. Women have been helped to understand how they can do things differently and get on with life. Now, I know it sounds simple and easy. It's not that simple and easy. And that's why I break it down, because it's not easy as it sounds. Yeah, it sounds like, just get over it and go. No, it takes time. Some women need extra more loving. They need more gentleness. They need a lot more kindness than the average person who hasn't been through a mental health issue can offer. And I mean a lot of kindness, patience, and understanding. And whoever listens on the other end, they can't become personally involved. You can be involved, but you have to set your boundaries so that you don't drain. Especially with some of them that, some people that have PTSD, they will continuously repeat the same thing over and over what they've been through. And I know this firsthand. And that can get on people's nerves. That can make people, be like, is that all she gonna talk about? Is that all she know? I'm tired of hearing that same song being sung. And then, a person like that can lose their friends and family because they can't help it. It's what they're reliving every day. And nobody understands that when these flashbacks come, that person's in that moment that it happened. They're not in the present moment. They jump backwards. And that's why I teach a lot on, and I speak a lot on staying in the present moment. Do what you got to do to stay in the present moment. You might have to use some ice. You might have to walk outside in the cold. This time of year is cold. The cold air might trigger you back into your reality. You got to do what you got to do to stay in the moment. When we lose the moment, that's when we start losing the battle.